Warm welcome to all my students of grade 3. Today we are going to see the first lesson from the science book, and the name of the lesson is Eating Habits of Animals. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain that animals have different eating habits. Match the mouth parts of animals to their eating habits. Describe a food chain and explain why all food chains start with plants. Food for people and animals come from two main sources. Some food comes from plants and some food comes from animals. Most people eat plants and animals. Now let us see in detail about the various eating habits of animals. What do animals eat? All living things need food to live. You know that plants make their own food in their leaves, whereas animals cannot make their own food. So they eat either plants or other animals. Based on the food they eat, the animals are broadly classified into three main groups. They are herbivorous animals, carnivorous animals, and omnivorous animals. Now let us see in detail about the first group of animals. They are nothing but herbivores. They eat only plants and plant materials. Most of them eat leaves, fruits, roots, or even tree barks. They usually need to eat often during the day in order to have enough energy. Let's see in detail about the teeth which helps them to eat the plant and the plant materials. Herbivores have teeth that are rather flat and they need to chew a lot in order to break down plant materials into very small pieces. They have flat teeth in the front which helps them to chew more easier than other animals. They also have large flat back teeth to chew and grind the food. Butterfly's mouth has a long and a hollow tube to suck nectar from the flowers. Here is some example for herbivorous animals. To the next group of animals, which is nothing but the carnivores. These animals eat meat or the flesh of other animals. They even eat insects, bugs, small rats or fish, while the other carnivores eat bigger animals such as wolves or even buffaloes. Eagles and owls have sharp claws to catch small animals and have sharp hooked beaks to tear the flesh. The frogs and the lizards have long sticky tongue to catch the prey. Snakes have hundreds of backward facing teeth that helps them to swallow their prey. Carnivores have long, pointed, sharp teeth in their mouths. They need sharp teeth in order to tear the flesh of the other animals. They usually don't chew their food, they just swallow it in the size of the pieces that they tear off. Snakes do not chew their food. They swallow the animals that are bigger than their own heads. They open out the jaws and the mouth becomes big. Frogs catches the prey with their long sticky tongue and they swallow their food without chewing. Mosquitoes have sharp and hollow tube in its mouth. Examples of carnivorous animals. Important group of animals are omnivores. They eat both plant materials and the flesh of other animals. They get their food more easier than the other animals because they can eat more types of food than either herbivores or carnivores. Like carnivores, but they also have flat teeth in the front. The sharp teeth are in the front of the mouth, which allows the omnivores to bite the food into pieces. The flatter teeth are usually behind the sharp teeth, which allows them to grind or chew all their food items. Some examples of omnivores. Look at the following picture. They tell us what an animal eats in nature. Such a chain which tells us who eats what in nature is called a food chain. There are many food chains in nature. Let us see to few more examples of food chain concept. You see that all food chains start with plants. All animals finally depend on plants for their food. We have now come to the end of this lesson. Now it is time to test your knowledge. Name these animals, whether they belong to herbivore, carnivore, or omnivores. Yes, these animals belong to the herbivorous category because they eat plant or other plant materials. These animals belong to the carnivorous category because they love to eat the flesh of other animals. These category of animals belong to the omnivores. They love to eat both plant materials and also the flesh of other animals. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let us see again in the next chapter. Thank you.